Welcome everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install a Korean lever on a Japanese arcade stick. If you have one, maybe you're having some trouble, or if you're planning to buy one, but you're curious about the installation process, this video is going to help you out. The installation process is a little bit different comparing it to a Japanese lever, but it is very easy. I'm going to show you how to do it. For the demonstration of this video, I'll be using the Crown 309 MJ. This is a very popular Korean lever that will fit into most Japanese arcade stick casing. This is a Korean lever. When you buy a Korean lever, it usually comes disassembled in different pieces. You get the main body, the shaft with the bat top, the E-clip, actuator, and the shaft cover. Over here, we have the Japanese arcade stick and a Japanese lever. As you can see, a Japanese lever and an arcade stick, they share the same 5-pin connection. So it's very straightforward to connect them together. But on the other hand, for a Korean lever does not use the same 5-pin connection like this one. So in this case, we are going to need a conversion cable. So you will need to buy a 0.187 to 5-pin adapter cable. One end is going to be a 5-pin connection to the arcade stick, and the other end are 8 wires that goes to the Korean lever. So that way we can connect this to this. Before I start, I want to take the time to show you something. I want you to understand a concept. You know the directions up, down, left, right? This lever doesn't have the directions. These micro switches doesn't have the directions. The directions are coming from these wires, which comes from the circuit board. It is these wires that gives the direction to these micro switches. For example, I'm going to take the orange wire. The orange wire is up. So I'm going to put it in to this top micro switch. Okay? And now this micro switch becomes up. Now I'm going to take the same micro switch, the same cable, and plug it into a totally different micro switch down here. And look, now this micro switch becomes up. Okay? So the orange wire is giving the direction, it's assigning the directions to these micro switches. Okay? So if I'm telling you the directions are coming from these wires, then how do you know what wire to connect it to which switch? That is the question I want you to lead you into. So that way you understand the idea. Now this part, we're going to find out the directions for each micro switch. I've taken some tape to put it here, so that way I can match it up later so I don't get confused. So let me mount this down with one screw. Now I'm going to drop the actuator in here and flip this over. Now I'm going to put the bat top in. Just pretend that I'm playing the game. I'm pushing up, okay? When I'm pushing up, I'm also holding it. So coming back to the other side, now I know this micro switch is up, and I have prepared a little bit of labeling. Put it here. Okay, we're going to come back over here, and then we're going to do down, and then we're going to hold it. Holding it, we're going to come back, so it's this one. Okay, so drop that label on, so that is down. Repeat. So it's going to be this one for left, And obviously the last one is going to be right. All right. So I'm going to take the back top out. Now we have gotten our directions. Now we answer the questions when we ask, hey, what direction goes to which micro switch? Now we have the answer. And just one more thing, guys. Depending on what arcade stick you have, your labeling may be different, because I don't know if you're looking at your arcade stick like this, or if you're looking at your arcade stick like this, or if your arcade stick is the one that like opens up, your labeling may be different. So just keep that in mind. The next part is going to be connecting the wires. I'm going to take the lever out for demonstration purposes, so to also give you a better view. Now I'm going to bring in the cable. As you can see, there are a total of 8 wires, 4 black wires and 4 color wires. The black wires, they are ground wires. One goes to each switch. The black wire goes to the connector that is sticking out less, the shorter one, okay? And the color wire goes to the one that is sticking out more, the longer one, okay? And I also tested out myself. If you put the black wire, which is the ground wire, on the one that is sticking out more, it still works, but officially you should be putting the ground wire on the shorter one, okay? And also notice, if you're going down the wire, let's see, the shortest one is going to be the green one, and next to the green one you're going to see a black wire, right? They're one pair. And then if you keep going down more, you're going to see the orange wire, and then next to the orange wire you're going to see another black wire. And then if you keep going down more, you're going to see the yellow wire with a black wire, and then the red wire with a black wire. Basically they're about the same length, so this pair should go into one micro switch. Now we're going to connect the wires by following the color chart. So the shortest one on this cable is going to be the green one, and I'm going to take the shortest black cable that is next to the green cable. Green is right, so I'm going to take the green one and put it color on the one that is sticking out, and the ground wire on the side. Okay, that's one. The next wire is going to be, the next length going down is going to be orange. All right, and then orange, and taking the next black wire, which is this one, and orange is up, so I'm gonna be going left. Oh, my cable got stuck. It's not easy to show this on camera. Okay, the ground wire goes to the short one, the orange one goes to the longer one. Now I got 2. All right, so the next one, the next length going down is going to be the yellow one. The yellow is left. All right, so I'm gonna put the left one here, and the third black wire here. Sometimes I don't know if I should be looking at the camera or the monitor or my hand, because when I look at my hand I go off camera, and then when I go look at the camera I can't really see where the plug is. Okay, now the last one, which is going to be the red one, and the only black ground wire left, Gonna go here. You can probably skip fast forward this part if if it's boring. And then the red wire, which is down, goes to the last connector. Okay, just like that. Basically what we did was we went around it kind of like clockwise. And you already know the last part is going to be mounting this back in. Okay, my cable is going to be a little bit messy. Okay, bear with me while I put the screws back in. So for your cable, you can, up to you how you want to organize it. And the last connection we have is going to be the 5-pin connector to the 5-pin connector of the Japanese arcade stick. This connector should only go in one way. All right, and it should make a sound. Listen, you see, it should make some type of locking sound. If your connector doesn't have it, try to match up the black wires. You see how both black wires are on the bottom? You see how the colors are the same going down on both sides? Oh, last part, almost forgot. And now you want to, oh, I forgot my actuator is actually already in. So for you put in your actuator, you put in the bat top with the shaft cover, and over here on this side, this is going to be tricky on camera. Okay guys, let me zoom in for you so you can see better. So you want to take the E-clip, you take these away and put it there, and then you take a plier and you want to just squeeze it. There we go. So at the end it's gonna look like that. So we are basically done, guys. Now we want to go into training mode and test it out. Make sure everything looks good. Don't forget to put in the rest of your screws and organize your cables. And now for the moment of truth, and let's see if everything works. Up, up, down, down, left, right. Everything works. And now, let me put this away and show you the bottom. Alright, this is what we did. Right? Nothing's changed, everything's good. In conclusion, I hope this video was able to help you out. But before you go, I want to remind you that not all Korean levers will fit into a Japanese arcade stick. So when you're shopping online, make sure you read the descriptions to see if it fits your arcade stick. And don't forget to buy a conversion cable. And lastly, depending on who you ask, different players are going to tell you different models and different levers. There is no one model or one lever that fits everybody. It's all personal preference, just like Japanese parts. Not everyone uses Sanwa parts. I use Hayabusa buns. Not everyone uses the same tension spring. Not everyone uses the same size actuator or restrictor kit or other settings. But if you are brand new to Korean levers, I think many people would agree that this lever, the Crown 309 MJ, is a great lever to start with, to get your feet into the door or to get your feet wet, that type of thing. So I will have more videos on Korean levers down the road. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe is always helpful for a small channel. I'll see you guys on the next video.